What's going on, my beautiful people? Your entire life you've heard announcers say they're lining up in a 4-3 defense right here, and you're at home like, I got no idea what Buddy is talking about. Don't worry, I got you. I'm going to show you the basics of a 4-3 defense in football using a video game. The same basics that I learned for 4 years playing Division I football at Syracuse University. And before we go any further, make sure you tell a friend, tell your sister, your mother, your brother about the things that we're doing right here on this channel. Without further ado, let's get into it. I cover the Buffalo Bills for a living with my day job, so that's the team we're going to be using for my videos. So what is a 4-3 defense? It's simple. That means there are 4 down defensive linemen, 3 linebackers, and then 4 defensive backs on the field. You see the 2 corners on the outside there. So now let's get into the basics of the structure of a 4-3 defense. You have 2 defensive tackles for the Buffalo Bills last season. That was Daquan Jones and Ed Oliver. There's 2 starters. Defensive ends, Greg Rousseau and Joey Bosa. At linebacker, you had Matt Milano, who is going to be your will linebacker, Terrell Bernard, your Mike middle linebacker, and then Shaq Thompson, your strong side or Sam linebacker. Don't ask me why they came up with the names of Sam, Mike, and Will. It's been around since the dawn of time, and that's the names we're going to roll with here. Now, a 4-3 defense is considered a base defense. Carl, you're losing me. What is a base defense? I got you. It is the foundation of what you run to run defensively on base down. So base down is 1st and 10, 2nd and 7. Think about in those situations, if it is 1st and 10 as opposed to 3rd and 14, you want your big boys out there. You want the foundation, your base defense out there to slow down the run as opposed to 3rd and 14. Yeah, I'm not trying to have 3 linebackers out there to try to slow down 4 or 5 wide receivers. There is a reason why teams only run base defense 30% of the time in the NFL in the 2025 season. I'll get into that a bit later on in the video. So let's get into the strengths and weaknesses here for a second. Starting with the biggest strength, the run game. All the gaps should be accounted for in terms of slowing down the run. Joey Bosa here has the outside C gap. Matt Milano has his B gap. Daquan Jones is parked right in that A gap. Terrell Bernard, that A gap. Ed Oliver in the B, Shaq Thompson in the C, and then Greg Rousseau has contained out in the D gap. Now, that's without the offense doing pulls and moving things of that nature, but it allows your players to play much faster because, listen, they have a gap they're responsible for, and they're allowed to get downhill and hit any opposite color. That's one of the advantages. Now, another advantage is that, in theory, on paper, your linebacker should be more clean in the run game. Stay with me here. Daquan Jones, on this play right here, let's say he gets double teamed, but he does a good job at the point of attack of taking on 2 doubles. Matt Milano can run scot-free through this B gap unabated. Same thing with Ed Oliver. If he does a good job, if the offense requires a play where they have to double team him, TB or Shaq Thompson can get downhill relatively clean and make a play near or in the backfield. Those are 2 big benefits of a 4-3. Now let's get over to the weaknesses. One of the biggest is that you are somewhat more predictable in terms of your coverage menu. You are going to always have 4 down linemen, and there are going to be times where you guys have seen Joey Bosa drop into coverage, or you've seen Greg Rousseau drop into coverage. But by and large part, 4 guys on the line of scrimmage, 4 guys getting after the passer. So that means you are only going to have, a majority of your snaps, 7 players in coverage. That makes it a little bit easier on the offense. The biggest weakness of them all of a 4-3 traditional defense, I'm talking about 4 down defensive linemen and 3 linebackers, is that in the modern NFL, you're going to have 3 linebackers out there against a spread formation with 3 receivers or maybe even 4 at times. Barbecue chicken alert. Let me show you. 4-3 defense, let's look at a traditional just man coverage, just cover 2 man, right? And then offensively, let's get into a formation where we got 3 wide receivers on the field. We're going to go empty. It's man across the board. Matt Milano is guarding Khalil Shakir. That's not a good matchup. Also, Shaq Thompson, a pretty good player, but I don't think he needs to be in a situation where he's guarding Dalton Kincaid in the slot man-to-man. So I think that's the biggest drawback of a 4-3 defense. Is the reason why teams only run it 30% of the time. So I hope y'all learned a little something about 4-3 defenses in football today. And I want to end the video with this. It does not matter how good your scheme is. If your players suck, your scheme will suck too. Y'all be blessed and have a good one.